never nation states.
Yeah.
They are governances that have a relatively limited influence. They don't come into the private lives of people. And so even though Muslims were not politically united, you know, for the greater part of their history, they were still culturally united. And this is why I talked about the aspect of decentralization in Islamic law, because of the fact that it kept us in unison, even, and kept us in a certain unity, even though we were not uniform. And the ability of Islam to create unity with multiplicity is a very great thing. The nation state is another topic which deserves to be discussed in great length, because this is one of the great innovations of modern time, and we have been able to live with it with great success, but you know, it has a role in society that we had never seen before in Islamic history.
Well, it's very important.
What I want to point out here, Doctor.
Let me just, that's very important, Dr. Farouk is mentioning. This civilization-wise, Islam has been intact. Muslims have been together culturally. So there has not been any breakdown. The breakdown only came from the political side. With the fall of the Islamic Caliphate in Istanbul, and now Muslims now falling under the trap of the you know, how to call it, the conspiracy of the colonial people. And that is why when it comes to the law, the moral principles, the teaching of Islam, there's continuity consistently from the beginning to the end. It remains a united culture, a united civilization.
You talked about the coherence of Muslims. I think Doctor said that here. But if you look at the approaches towards religion, there seems to be some little bit of diversity, sort of. That's what even led to the emergence of sort of the Muridiyya, the Qadriyya, you know, slight difference in ideology. What do you think led to that?
Well, I don't, probably Dr. Farah will have something to say about it, but the first reaction I'll give to this, you know, these divergences that you're referring to, Sufi is one aspect.
Qadriyya,
that's within the
Islamic fold, yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Then that's the tasawwuf, whether it is Qadri or Muridi Tijani. Then, but remember also we do have, from the point of view of the law, we do have different schools of jurisprudence. But you know, and then even in the school of theology, you have different schools of theology also. But whether you treat it at the level of theology, or the level of the law, or the level of tasawwuf, look, remember you're talking about a comprehensive way of life. This is a universal system of belief, system of civilization, a way of life which is meant for all people of all generations. So therefore, most of the principles are bound to be, you know, adaptive to new developments.
You wouldn't say to be compromised.
Well, no, I will not take the risk. You understand? So that is why, and because people, the ummah becomes very large. You understand? The dominion became very vast. Muslims coming from all walks of life, from all cultural, social, and geographic background. The social problems are bound to be, you know, many, different in various ways. So that is why when it comes to applying a particular methodology or referring to a particular software social political problems, some of these divergences are bound to happen. And differences have never been, insofar as we remain Muslims, they will never be with regard to fundamental principles. You understand?
Do you think that still furthers the agenda of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
Well, it's very important that in Islam, you know, we have this basic unity about the theology we have, the belief that we have. We agree on certain fundamentals that are unchanging. And those people who teach us and who lead us and who are our spiritual guides, they have the obligation to call us all together. And this is why, like, if we look at a phenomenon like Sufism, which is the epitome of Islam, it is the science of ihsan, it is the fruit of the Quran and the Sunnah and the Sharia. There is no Sufism without Sharia. We have in it authentic leaders and we have false leaders. And this is why in our history we designate who is a true sheikh, who is not a true sheikh. One of the qualities of the true Shaykh is that he is the servant of the people. Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, may Allah be pleased with him, served the poor. He helped the poor. He brought everyone together. And this is one of the characteristics of the true Shaykh. He does not divide. And yet you will have people appear in history who are makers of claims in order for them to promote themselves, to have followers, to have wealth, to have palaces. And this is not the tradition. This is why the tradition always has to be renewed, so that we make sure that it's authentic. As Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani said, may Allah be pleased with him, من جعل لنفسه وزنا فلا وزن له ومن جعل لنفسه قدرا فلا قدر له. That whoever assigns to himself a weight, like I am a great man, he has no weight at all. He has no greatness at all. And whoever assigns to himself a status, like I am the greatest of the sheikhs, or the greatest, he has no status at all. The sheikh is a servant of the people. And this is the thing that we have to teach. The scholar is the same thing. When we spread in the people the notion that we are servants, none of us is makhdoom, none of us is to be served, then we bring the ummah together and we solve its problems. And this is one of the things that we want to discuss Saturday, December the 22nd, that we are here for everybody. We are here for the benefit of everyone. If we are worthy of Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, may Allah be pleased with him, and may he make us worthy of him, then we are here to serve everyone. And we are not here to promote ourselves, or to make people serve us.
I understand. Doctor, have something to say about that?
I think that is why the Sufi movement has been very successful.
And
unlike modern political movements, whereby priority is given to the leaders. When you lead, you become the most privileged. You become the most important person in society, and everybody listens to you, and everybody serves you. Contrary to that is what the Sufi movement was doing and is still doing, that they serve the people, they serve the interest of the people. Priority for them is the interest of the people. What on top of the agenda is what they put is God. They lead people to God. They lead people follow to God. You understand? When you know that Islam is a very beautiful system of belief. It is not theory, it's not idealism. These are practical principles that the leaders lead, they apply, people follow. So, so because of the fact that they give priority to the interest of the people, and that is why they were able to bring all people with different background together under one umbrella.
We have to also bear in mind that just as the real Sufis are the ones that brought everyone together, like Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, like the Chishtis in India, and we can give many examples, there are also false Sufis who divide people. This is the reason why we do not look upon Sufis as if they were our tribe, or as if they all have an equal right on us. Everyone must be judged by prophetic standards. Everyone must live in the law. And you have sheikhs who are nothing more than pharmacists. All they do, you go to them, you pay them money, they write you a talisman, and they just live off of the people. There are people who expect to be served because of the fact that they are the descendants of so-and-so, or they are the heirs of so-and-so. That is not correct.
I'll come to that. What I want to ask here is, it seems that Sufism doesn't rest anywhere, specifically on any denomination. It can be from anywhere. Now, from the layman perspective, who is a Sufi?
Well, first of all, Sufism is a Sunni phenomenon, and the Sunnis make up the vast majority of the Muslim world. But the Sunnis are a Sunni phenomenon. And again, the angel Gabriel, the angel Jibreel alayhi salam, he came to the Prophet's companions. He came to the Prophet and the Prophet's companions at the end of the prophetic career. And this is in the famous hadith Jibreel, which is authentic and all Muslims know. And he came up to the Prophet and he asked him, what is Islam? And so the Prophet established that Islam is the 5 pillars, that we bear witness that there is no God but God, that we establish the prayer, the fast, the pilgrimage, we pay the zakat. What is Iman? That we believe in God and His angels and the prophets and the books and the last day and destiny. What is good of it and what is evil? And what is Ihsan? And Ihsan, which is do what is perfect in the best way is that we worship God as if we could see him. So this is Islam. This is the deen, these three parts.